Hey everybody, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker from the Netherlands, and this is pre-recorded live watchmaking. And today a lovely Gruen Curvex, nice and elegant. Had some rough times. Belonged to, let's see, Clifford Carmichael. Sounds great, better than Kalle Slaap. Well, it came in with the problem that the winding stem comes out. So let's do a revision because, well, we have to be inside the watch anyway. So why not open the watch case and let's see the beautiful Curvex movements. You don't have to be a watchmaker to recognize quality. It is just lovely. And with that ridge, and there you can see the curvature on the inside. There is the movement. Let's wait a second, and there we are. And let's have a look on the inside, because there are a few things. One thing is, we know for sure, look at here, that the dial been moved because the inside of the pivot is slightly to the side. So we have to pay attention to that. Lovely markers. Gruen, excellent brand, exciting brand. Let's move the hands. Just a piece of latex, not actually touching the dial. I prefer to use the levers instead of the Presto tool. That is the Presto tool. Because with the levers you got so much more control over the force you're using for the hands. And the tiny sub-second hand in the recess. I'll show you. Levers, I made them extra flat. I polished them extra, so even for the sub-seconds. Lovely result. There it is. And first check, is the pivot bent or is it just not centered? I think the pivot is bent. What do you think? Yeah. Well, we cross that bridge when we get there in a moment. Here the beautiful Curvex. There, dowel feed screw. Dowel feed screws usually have a pointy tip, so they can secure the dial. This one's way deeper. Let's have a look underneath. In a moment I'll show you the curved action. Here is the dial. There is well the dial feed screw grips. What do we see here? Very curious to see the pivot, and it is bent. Hopefully we can get it out. Interesting. Well, there's the hour wheel. First thing first, let's remove the cannon pinion. This is the tool I like to use. There it is. Again, I think it's easier to control the force I use removing the cannon pinion. Plenty of wear, so we see that one. Well, there we see the setting lever, and it is fully down because the problem was with the winding stem just came out, so this setting lever should keep it in place. That's an interesting thought for in a minute. What we see is that the timing pins are very close to the stud, so that tells me that it's been running fast, and they tried not by attacking the problem, moving it that way, that way, that way. So probably the few windings were sticking. So that's why it was a bit fast. I like to remove the balance wheel first, very delicate, so make sure that's safe. Gently pry it up, and then carbon tip tweezers. Well, what do we see? I remove the pallet fork, and I love the capstone in the recess. Butchered screw. And, we can make it a lot better. This is interesting. It says unadjusted. There. You see that? Unadjusted. That is a trick for the customs. So the movement was, it needed more work because it says unadjustment, and adjusting a movement is then an extra task. So the movement isn't finished yet. So that's a trick for the customs. Usually to obtain the Swiss made stamp, oh. Well, partial pedalage.